Clay Soldiers, who have a new album dropping on July 16th, so 9 days from today, called Life After Death. Um, and I just got a text from my mother. She's home, so it's perfect timing since we're wrapping up. But why don't you give me your impressions? We listened to a single called Drive It Home.
Yes, and I liked reading how they achieved the Pipe Bomb Radio New York City Artist of the Month in April 2021. I also liked reading their fun facts.
Hmm.
They're very, very experienced musicians, even though this is their first EP. They describe their music as rock with elements of grunge and stoner. I went to their YouTube channel and I put 3 of their videos on our YouTube playlist. That way you can get, you know, you can get an idea of what they sound like and prepare for the release of Life After Death. I really like the song Drive It Home. I definitely picked up on the grunge elements, and especially towards the end, it had some Chris Cornell vibes.
Yeah, it's interesting because I had read their Bandcamp description first, and they're a relatively new band. It said they formed in London in 2020, so they've only, I mean, whether or not they'd been playing unofficially together before then, but officially they've only been together for 2 years. Um, it says they share common ground in the music they grew up with. Early discussions always seemed to be about our passion for such bands as Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Black Sabbath, and Kyuss. We love to mix melodic with heavy, combining the deep, energetic melodies of grunge and the heavy grooves of stoner rock. And the first thing I got was the same impression you had. This reminded me of the great grunge bands of the 90s that I grew up with. And then when I read that they were influenced by Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, I was like, oh, well, that clearly makes sense. Um, so I'm really excited to pick up Life After Death when it drops on the 16th because this is right in my wheelhouse. Not only was the nostalgia factor, ranked up to wrenched up to 11, or ranked or wrenched or whatever verb you want to use. Um, it's great. I say this so much that I feel like it's become cliched, but I really love that there are these new bands tapping into these genres, taking places of bands who aren't putting out music anymore. Um, so rather than revisiting the old hits all the time, I can throw on the new jams and ring in a celebration with Clay Soldiers and Ooze and Slovenia, and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
So so that did it. And I know um, Slovenia from Finland, Ooze from Ukraine, Clay Soldiers from England. We're continuing our sojourn around the world, bringing you these dynamite jams. And next week we'll be off